Greetings pimps. Today we have another installment of my personal story series. We will be covering one of the YouTube brand community OGs from the beginning days of the website. Now, how I found the Archfiend is similar to how I discovered Undertaker Freak 1127. If you missed it, I did a video in this series on him as well. Back in 2012 the YouTuber PM Rants did a top 10 numbers list and the Archfiend was on there. I believe he was number 1, not completely sure though. As stated in previous entries, I like going off of pure memory for these videos instead of looking things up. Makes it more authentic. The Archfiend is one of the greatest trenders to ever grace the community here on YouTube. I may not have been a fan of his since the beginning, but you could tell right away he understood what made a YouTube brander great. No jump cuts, no long pauses to think, and no tedious statements. Just sitting in front of the camera and getting your thoughts out there in a clear and concise manner. I am sure there were and are plenty of YouTubers that were capable of the same, but the way the Archfiend did it was unmatched. These days you cannot click on a video on this website without being bombarded with a million jump cuts. Too many NPCs running around these days. It's a little off topic, but if you watch YouTube on 1.5 times speed or higher and try to go back to normal, you will see just how slow most NPC brains operate. One of my favorite Archfiend rants that he did way back over 15 years ago at this point was when France totally flubbed a swimming gold medal versus the USA and he was going off on them with a roast. Now this video was posted way before I followed him, but I stumbled across it while looking through his catalog back when I first found him. Go rewatch or watch that video if you want a good laugh and to see a young dashing Archfiend. One of the best parts of the Archfiend channel, however, were his Eagles football rants. Now he was not on the level of the Pato445 with his craziness, but for an OG in the ranting community it was tastefully done. Back then a lot of YouTube branders were just people spurging out with no true coherence. We'll never forget the worst Super Bowl ever video with a paper bag over his head. Along with said Eagles rants were the Oracle predictions of New Dog. Yes, he named one of his dogs New Dog. New Dog was a wizard of Super Bowl predictions. I don't recall how many years New Dog got it right in a row, but it was some staggering number with such a low percentage chance any mathematician would be baffled. Shout out to New Dog for winning me $200 or so over the years on family and friends Super Bowl bets. As of late the Archfiend has not been uploading anywhere near his old rate, but of course this comes with time as he now has at least 2 children, I believe. Whether he named the second one New Kid I do not know, as he has always been fairly private about family and his wife. One of the most recent fiascos was when his town was ravaged by a storm. Thankfully his family and him were not hurt. That's more or less the last video of his I sat down and watched fully, as I have more or less grown out of the ranting community. Every so often taking a nostalgic trip back or watching the new Undertaker Freak 1127 video is nice, but I digress. In terms of UTF and Archfiend's relationship, I do not know how it is now, but they used to make jokes about being a gay couple and even had that hilarious hotel room video about it. Shoutouts to you if you remember that one. Last I heard they had grown apart due to how erratic UTF started to act, but I digress yet again. That is about all I have to say about the unmatched legend known as the Archfiend. One of the few YouTubers with any sort of real skill of talking to an audience, so to speak. If you haven't yet, be sure to check out the playlist for my personal story series on my channel's recommended playlist section. I have a good amount of entries into the series and there should be more to come. Anyways pimps, I hope you all enjoyed. We out.